What's going on, guys? Welcome back, everybody. I am super excited to be able to play the Resident Evil 5 Maiden demo. It's giving me it's giving me vibes of Resident Evil 7 when we had the demo for that. If you guys played the demo, you'd know or you'd remember that when the demo of Resident Evil 7 came out, it was actually very different from the original game. The demo still had the video cassette tape, so you watch the news crew go into the house. But oh man, it was such a good demo that and then they updated the demo as you got closer and closer to release of Resident Evil 7. They updated the demo, and so because they updated the demo, I'm so excited. Because they said that they're going to release a new demo as we get closer to the launch of the game. So I'm really excited because I feel like they're gonna update this demo and then release it for everybody. Oh, I'm so excited to play this. You guys have no idea. You have no idea how excited I am to play this. I've been wanting to play it all day today, but it released at a bad time because I had band practice today. And I was like, should I just tell them, I'm sick, I can't go to band practice? I would have much rather been playing this earlier today instead of being at band practice, but responsibilities. So I have band practice and it's fine. But yes, I'm so excited to play this. So excited. And if you guys are excited, you should be hitting the thumbs up and show your excitement with me. I know it's late. It's 2:30 a.m. for me. I know. But I had band practice and then I had to go stop by one of the local venues around here because I'm trying to get us booked over there. So I had to stop by there really quick and then come home and then eat because I didn't eat anything. Oh, and I had to unload all my band equipment. So yeah, it's 2:30. We're gonna play this. I'm not even tired. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Let's do it. Let's play the damn game. Let's go. So pumped. So pumped. Oh, and I hurt my hand. If you guys haven't noticed, I sliced my hand on glass. I was cleaning one of my wife's glass cups, and the glass is really thin on there, and my hand, I don't know what happened. It just popped in the glass. Not my hand, but the glass popped, and so when it did, my hand slipped. And the glass sliced my hand from here down, and it took a chunk of skin off, so I can't get stitches. So I just have to kind of just let it heal. And then I didn't even notice on this side, same thing. It sliced from on my pinky, it sliced deep, but it didn't take any skin off, but it just sliced deep. And I didn't notice because this happened on Tuesday. I didn't notice that until I was loading up equipment. Because I had band practice on Tuesday, and all of a sudden I'm like, why does my pinky hurt? And I go and I look, and there's a deep gash, and I'm like, oh, that's why. And there's dried up blood and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't even notice that because this side hurt so much. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. All right, let's go. Turn my notifications on. What do you mean? Does that say help me? Oh man, I'm so excited for this. So excited. So excited for this. I would buy VR just for this game. Not that I have the money for it, but I would buy VR just for this game. Legit. Alright, subtitles on. I need subtitles. I'm freaking blind.
Here's the treasure!
Hey, Caboose, dying for a stream tonight. Let's go. Caboose donated $30. I appreciate it, dude. Everybody, hashtag treasure for Caboose. All right. Let's go. So the pattern is barely visible. I can't even see the pattern. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. There's the pattern. Okay. I can barely see it anyways. Until the picture on the left disappears. I mean, there's no picture on the left. Please check your min-max brightness settings if you cannot see the picture on the left at all. I couldn't see the picture on the left at all. Now I can. Oh, Jesus. That's super fucking bright. Okay, I can see it a little bit there. Yeah. Oh, I gotta Oculus is like 350 for the wireless version. No, see, I would get what is it? What is it? I would get the PlayStation VR because I'd be playing this on PS5. I love that Capcom logo. I didn't do roll call because I'm so excited to just jump into this. Adachi, Salgo, Mega, Troy, Brian, anime fan, Caboose, Mr. God tier member. Damn, you guys were like having a full-on conversation earlier, weren't you? All right, so let's go. Let's start this. Guys, hit the thumbs up, please. Please. Copyright. Oh, God, what are you doing to me? Oh, okay. I like how it sounds like a typewriter. Okay, camera wobble. Camera wobble makes me sick. Let's go. I'm going to take that off. Just, you know. Yeah. Graphics. Oh, that's right. I have HDR. Caboose donated. Oh my God! You need money for VR. Here's all my donuts for the next month. Add to separate account for VR. When I get you on PlayStation VR. Wait, what? What? I'm confused. I don't know what you meant by that. I don't know what you meant by that. Dynamic range. I wish I could hear the difference. Virtual surround. Yes. Yes, I want virtual surround. Yes, please. Surround sound. Yes, let's do this. Oh my God, yes, let's do this. For the next month, all my donos save for VR. Oh, that's only if they do VR for this game, though. Like, they might not do VR for... They haven't announced it yet. I love that that sounds like the typewriter. Sorry, I get excited for, like, the easiest things, man. Especially if it's, like, a game that I'm, like, super pumped for. Escape the dungeon. Okay. So that's all I gotta do is escape the dungeon. Oh my God, this looks so fucking good. Bro, I have not been going to the bathroom. Do I need to go to the bathroom? What is that? Why is that like playing like scary noises? I don't understand why it did that. A scrap of paper. An old scrap of paper buried in the wall. I think someone left a message. Okay. Yeah. Can I read it? It's almost like they had a stroke while they were writing this. Okay. So I don't have... There's no menu. Okay, so there's no menu because this isn't a oh my God, though.
Here's the treasure!
Oh my God! Caboose with $100. Jesus, man! Wait. Pay your bills! Pay your bills! Everybody hashtag treasure for Caboose. Isn't typewriter sound basically staples for Resident Evil games? Yes, but what was it? Resident Evil 7 didn't have a typewriter. It was a cassette tape thing. Oh, that is gross. Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Oh, man. Oh, that's some protein right there, though. All paid. Pay your bills! Okay. Oh, I like this environment. Hold on. Zelda's barking. I gotta let her out. Hold on. All right. Caboose is on the loose. Depends on which one you get. See, I'm hoping that they release the next gen VR system for PlayStation before this game comes out. You know, the last thing I want is to like buy a freaking PlayStation VR, and then they released the version 2 of it, like the new one, you know? Ashley! Ah, I was thinking about you today. Ashley, because I was like, I haven't seen Ashley for a while. Where is she? I was actually going to message you today, but I was busy today, and then like I was going to message you after I was done. I hope you're doing well, Ashley. I haven't seen you in a while. They are paid. Pay your bills! At least someone was. Ashley, Ashley, you can DM me anytime. If something's going on, you need somebody to talk to, we've spoken before. You can DM me, Ashley. Like, if you need somebody to talk to, Look at a syringe. Oh my god, like this table. Oh, I wonder who that was for. Which way do I go? You had code Veronica? Ugh. Medicines for keeping livestock alive. So we're the livestock. Ooh, are we using Ethan again in the game? Yes, but not the demo. The demo's not Ethan. Just like in Resident Evil 7, the demo was not Ethan. So the demo is not Ethan in Resident Evil 8. Or well, in this demo, the Maiden demo. Like, oh my god, the audio is fantastic. Oh my fucking god. For the PlayStation VR because I wear glasses and it's most comfortable. Well, I mean, that's the thing, like, right, if I'm gonna be I play a lot of PlayStation games. It would make sense for me to buy PlayStation VR, right? I love this fucking audio. I don't, you guys probably can't hear it, but like I heard like the scurrying of that mouse, like I heard it just like that was great. That was absolutely great. Oh, what is that? What is that? Who is that? That person looks dead. I swear to God, if you pop the fuck up, I'm gonna... Oh, help me, brother. I was wondering about the game when I first saw the fan art of the Maiden. The fan art of the Maiden. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. I thought it was like a Reaper standing there or something. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. So they drain them of their blood. I mean, we know they're like vampires or some shit like that. I mean, we know there's werewolves. Oh, God. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Just imagine you have that on there and then they slowly start screwing into your eyes. Oh, man. Oh, I like the atmosphere. I gotta let Zelda inside. Give me a second. She's barking. Come inside now. Also, Caboose, first thing that I'm gonna get, honestly, is a proper green screen, like one that I can just pull down behind me. Because I really enjoyed using the green screen. And I want to get a green screen because I have fun with it. You were in the hospital for a while, Ashley? Oh, dude. Are you okay now? Are you doing better? I hope you're doing better. I'm sorry that you were going through that. Okay, so I need a key. I don't have a key. What the fuck was that? Oh, she's gone. What was that noise? Oh no, she's not gone. She fell over. Oh look, they reused the bolt cutters. Why are they playing scary music every time I pick up an item? What is that? Why? That's like unnecessarily. Oh my god, don't do that. But yeah, like when they do stuff like that, why are half their bodies missing? See, this is what's fun about playing a game for the first time. I get lightheaded running to the bathroom every 10 minutes, and when I eat, I just throw it back up. The like, scene's causing. Oh, God. Wish I could hear the sound effects. You guys can't hear it? You should be able to hear it. I have the audio turned up. Put some headphones on it, and that way you can hear better. Oh, my God. I'm terrified to cut these, man. Honestly, I am. But that's why, like, I love playing games, like, the first time, because you don't know what to do. So it just scares you, man. And I love it. Alright, got a lockpick. See, what is with that music? Like, honestly, there's no reason to put, like, super scary music when you're getting a regular item. It's like, why? That's not necessary. It gets rid of the tension when you do that. Turn on scary notifications. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna turn it on only for the Streamlabs link. I'm not gonna turn it on for super chats. Disable. And there you are. Save settings. All right, there you go. I have them on. Have at you. You might have to go back to the hospital. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Ashley. But, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessary to have, like, super... What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That looks that oh no. And there's like a heartbeat going on. Oh, I can't lockpick that. Okay. Did I watch the live stream today for the game? I did. Okay, no, I was in here. She moved. She moved. No. You're gonna fucking jump out at me, aren't you? Oh my god, it's gonna jump out at me. Oh my god. It's an angry apparition. No, it's not. It's a freaking werewolf or some shit. Wait, is there somebody in there? Oh my god, there is somebody in there. They're draining people like they're freaking wine. They are draining them like they're wine. Oh, this is freaking awesome. Just stop it, hop in and say sup, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Ashley, please go lay back down. Please check in with me. I want to make sure that you're okay. Want the wine of Jesus? Oh my god. Brian, no. The protagonist is Ethan. The protagonist is Ethan. But the demo is not Ethan. The demo takes place before the game starts. Similar to how the demo for Resident Evil 7 took place before the game starts too. Well, we have a Hispanic named Jesus. June 9th, 1958. It was my first day working at the castle today. Ostrich, thank you for following on Twitch. It was my first day working at the castle today. I was most shocked to see the masters of the house were all women. The mistress and her daughters were very adamant that they wouldn't bite. It was quite peculiar. June 23rd, 1958. It's been 2 weeks since I started working at the castle, and I'm a little afraid. Another maid, Adela, made a mistake, and Miss Daniela slashed her face with a knife. And at night, I can hear wailing, as if the ghosts roam the halls. I want to go home. July 8th, 1958. I don't know what to do. The young ladies were complaining it was too hot and stuffy during dinner, so I opened the window just a crack. "Shut it! Shut it now!" They all shrieked at me in unison. I fear I may be taken down into the cellar, never to be seen of again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Why is there blood like that? Why? I don't want to go up there. Oh my god. Oh, there's more splattering blood. I like how it's like covering the walls, like they're actually going into detail and making it like cover things. I wonder if I wait here, will the whole thing be covered in blood? I don't think it will. I don't think the whole thing's gonna get covered in blood. No, it looks like it dries. It looks like it dries up. That's what it looks like. So the whole thing's not gonna get covered in blood. But that's a nice touch, though. That is a nice touch. Lazy Life, what's up? Yeah, it does disappear a little bit. It like dries. Oh god. What is that? Oh, it's a bird or crow. So they'll just drain blood from anything. Fancy. Brandon, what's up? Sick face and cam overlay. I appreciate it. Oh, hold on. I always got to show this off, and I'm sorry. I always got to show this off. I always do. Because this is my favorite thing about my streams, is this right here. Ready? I'm sorry. That is my favorite thing about my streams, is that intermission screen. I love it so very much. Is everything you can climb going to have yellow paint on it? What the fuck is this Call of Duty campaign? Well, it's not only Call of Duty. Last of Us does that. It's just yellow stands out. That's what it is. Yellow stands out. It's actually really sick. You have no idea how good that intermission screen is. Like, from down to the little details, man. Like, look. I'll even explain it. Okay? Ready? So, the Finding Cure flashes with the umbrella symbol. The light actually flickers, like not like completely flickers, but it kind of like emits a glow to it. You got the particle effects going through, like it's dust, like the room hasn't been used for a while. Oh man, it is so good. Oh, and on the typewriter, it said Goshen's Games on the top where the paper on the typewriter was. So good. I love it so much. All right, sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay. I am not a fan of the way they do that, man. I really don't like that. The bing, it's just so jarring. I don't like that. No, I didn't do it. No. The person who does my thumbnails and stuff, he did that for me. That was a little project I asked him to do. That and my intro as well. You missed my intro. But here. If you guys don't mind, I'll play my intro just really quick just to show you guys, because Resident Evil fans here, so why not? All right, so my intro really quick. That's the That's the background for I think it was which Resident Evil was that for? That was for Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles? No, not Umbrella Chronicles. That's Operation Raccoon City. That's from Operation Raccoon City. So you have the sign that says "Welcome to Goshen's Games" instead, like normally would say "Welcome to Raccoon City," and then the lights flicker and you see like the bugs flying underneath the lights with the glow of the city in the background. Like, it's really well done. You have to show it off, man. I have to show it off. I do. No, see that was actually from Operation Raccoon City. But Operation Raccoon City takes place in Raccoon City. Same thing with Resident Evil 2 and 3. All right. Back to this. Oh, I don't want to go in there yet. Hold on. Can I hide? This isn't Outlast. And you know what? I'm glad it's not Outlast 2 because I freaking hate Outlast. Not like I hate it because it's scary. I hate it because they just... I hate those type of horror games, man. I love survival horror. And that's why I love Resident Evil. I hate Outlast. But I mean, it would be a nice touch to be able to hide and then kind of like surprise them, you know, like with a gun. Oh, Kame hangs out around in the chat. He does. He'll send me like a DM or something in the chat. Or like, or he'll pop in here and just say hi. What are my thoughts on Resident Evil 7? I actually like Resident Evil 7 a lot. Oh my god! Okay, this game, you have to play this with a headset. Like, if you don't play this with a headset, you're playing it wrong. I made Resident Evil 7 my bitch. Yes, I did. Absolutely. What is that noise? I hear like a scuttering. Dude, look at that candle. Look how detailed that is. Oh my god. Can we just like... Can we just take a minute? Okay? Can we just take a minute and appreciate how freaking detailed this is? Okay? Just for I'm not even kidding. Just take a minute and appreciate how detailed this is. Look at the fire, right? The flames that's coming up, and look around it, like the dust particles that are just moving through the, you know, above the fire. They could be ash, for all we know. And look at the wallpaper. Look how detailed that wallpaper is. You got the cracks. You know the wallpaper is extremely old, and you see like the dust gathered up in between the crevice of the wallpaper and the molding, like the wood molding, and you see like a little bit of mold coming from underneath the wallpaper. Like, dude, that is so freaking detailed. So good. That is so good. And unlike Resident Evil 7, okay, and I know I'm praising this, and just because, like, come on, like, look, unlike Resident Evil 7, when you get really close to it, the detail goes away and it starts to look a little blurry in Resident Evil 7. That's because the way that it was designed around previous gen consoles, so around PS4 and Xbox, right? So even on PC, because I played the PC version of Resident Evil 7, even on PC, when you get to this close to the wallpaper or the wall or whatever, it starts to blur a little bit. On PS5, oh my god, this looks fantastic, and my camera's actually blocking a detail that I want to highlight for you guys. Okay. Hold on, my internet is fucking bugging out on me. And don't worry, like I'm gonna repost this in 4K for you guys, because I'm recording this on 4K as well. So you'll have a repost of this later on if you guys want to watch the 4K version of this, and you get to see what I see. But let me take off my camera just for a second here. Okay, and the reason why I want to do this, look at the reflections. If you guys can see it, if not, then you know you can watch the 4K version later on. But the reflections on the wallpaper from the candle is absolutely fantastic. Like, that's something you could not get in PS4 at all. And it's so good. It's not like the reflection moves as you move, as it should, because reflections move as you move. So like I moved over here and now the reflection's on my right side, but like it's so as I'm staring at the candle, the light's reflecting off of the wallpaper in the back. If I move to the left of it, it's reflecting on the, like, oh man, fuck, it looks so good. Oh my god, that looks so fucking good. I'm so happy with this. You, like, you guys have no idea how happy this makes me. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Let's continue. And the audio design is fantastic too. They did. I mean, the audio was good in Resident Evil 7, but then the audio got better in Resident Evil 2. Like the Resident Evil 2 remake, the audio got better because they were able to perfect it more. So hearing Mr. X, like if you have a surround sound headset, hearing Mr. X walk around, oh, it's so good. Much better than Jack walking around. Even though, again, the audio is really good in Resident Evil 7, but oh, this is even better. Like you can fully grasp the 3D audio. It's so good. What location does this one take place? I don't know yet. Oh, what is that? An empty eye socket. It's somewhere in Europe. It's time for moonshine shots. Dude, this area is massive. Look at that fireplace. Oh my god, sorry. I can't help it. Like, the details are just so good. You, not so much. Like, the stone carving, not so much. But for the most part, oh, it's really, really good. Is this where I came from? No, that's right. There's nothing. I can't go in there. I feel like these things... Like, Resident Evil 4 has scarred me because, like... I feel like these things should come to life, you know? Oh, it scarred me so much. And look. You can't tell me that the real-time reflections on that wood is not impressive. Look at that. Oh my god. So good. Look at the wood. Look at the wood. Oh, that is so good. I'm gonna die just because like I'm just like watching the light. Don't you do that. Imagine if they took this one step further and made it so they can hear you on the microphone because the microphone's on. See, and this right here, this gives me kind of Code Veronica vibes. Like this hallway. Like I initially wanted to say like Resident Evil 1 vibes, but no, this gives me Code Veronica vibes big time. That's cool. Oh no. I didn't even notice the blood. Yes, I play Phasmophobia a lot. Candidates. Irina. Mihaela? Mihaela? Lois, rejects. Dandora, Greta, Nadine, Camelia, Bianca, Melina, Astrid, Ludmila, Rosalinda, Lena, Stefana, Gabriella. Okay. These are like the clothes I'm wearing. Too bad I can't see the clothes I'm wearing. You messed up your arm? Oh, how did you mess up your arm, dude? place to go. Oh my god. The blood. Oh my god. Freezing temps. Market. Haha. How old are you? Adult. Alright. The hell am I gonna do with his necklace? See, again, not necessary, man. You don't need to make that noise. Mr. Ilwell, how did I get a necklace? By looking at everything. It's a maroon eye. Dun, 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 dun. I can't move it? Oh, it does move. Oh, that's creepy. It's the eye of Sauron. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's a maroon eye. I was so high, did not recognize the fire burning in her eyes. The chaos that control my mind. Whispered goodbye, she got on a plane, never to return again. Always in my heart. Oh. This love has taken its toll on me. She's by Maroon Eye. Okay, alright, we got a key. The winemaking techniques of Castle Dimitrescu can be traced as far back as the 15th century, long before the current occupants of the castle. Alcina Dimitrescu uses this legendary yet peculiar technique to enrich the wine's flavor intensity and bestow it with a thick bouquet. Her best vintage is Sanguis Virginis, meaning maiden's blood. It is kept in a special ornate bottle decorated with intricate silver flowers. Mad wine in this game? Yeah, sure, that's what we're calling it. We're gonna call it wine. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to play this a few times to see if like I can find Easter eggs for other Resident Evil games and stuff. Okay, there's one right there. That's kind of like the Umbrella logo. Kind of. Not 100%. Did I see your message about how you messed up your shoulder? No, I'm sorry.
I'm watching you.
Oh. Dude, she just let one rip.
I won't last until dinner.
Oh my god, that scared me. Run! No! Oh my god, that was pretty damn creepy. Oh!
So we finally meet.
That's a huge bitch. Welcome to the families. Oh, that is not the same. That is not the same as welcome to the family, son. Nah, there's more to that. There's more in the demo. There's more. There's more. You know what you know what they did? You know what they did? They did the same thing that they did in Resident Evil 7 demo. If you played Resident Evil 7 demo, you understand. Okay? Resident Evil 7 demo, there was the finger. The finger. This game has the necklace. What the fuck is the necklace for? Now, I'm gonna get the necklace and I'm gonna backtrack. I want to know. I want to know what turns you on. No, for real though, I want to know what the necklace was for. Oh, also, this fucking paper right here, okay? This paper that we can't seem to understand what it says. Like, it's just a scrap of paper. Right? Clearly there's writing on it, but we cannot decipher. Never mind. I just didn't click on it before. I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. Just fucking dumb. Don't mind me. From whoever is trying to escape this place, I hope this note will be of some assistance. You don't know me, but you will have to trust me if you want to survive. First, you need to get out of the cell. Look around for the way. Get on your hands and knees if you must. Then search for the thing you'll need to escape. It will be hidden where they'll least suspect, soaked in blood. Once you get out of the dungeon, you should find yourself in a room. The door there won't lead to salvation. The light will lead you down the right path. You might hit a dead end, but do not give up. There should be a way to proceed hidden somewhere. Once you find the ladder, the only way is up. Watch out. Don't let them see you. I plan to make my escape tonight, and pray that you make it out alive. Hello from Brazil? Well, hello from the internet. See, I'm like, why couldn't I read that before? And that's just because I didn't push the damn button. Alright, so far I don't really see any, like, Easter eggs. But this would be the... what is it? Third game we start in a jail cell? I mean, there's Code Veronica, there's Revelations 2, and both of which you start in a jail cell. Or prison cell, or whatever, you know? This game has a lot of Revelations 2 vibes. Mixed with Resident Evil 4. A lot of them. And there's a specific reason. Like, all of this torture chamber shit, this is like, not Code Veronica, it's like Revelations 2 vibes, big time. Like, big time. The body bags with the people hanging, That's freaking Revelations 2, man. I said Code Veronica. I said Code Veronica and Revelations 2. You start in a prison cell. 4 vibes and I think 7. Well, of course it had 7 vibes. I mean, it's freaking, you know, it's Resident Evil 8. It's you know, it's using the same engine and it takes place after Resident Evil 7. So yeah, it's gonna give you 7 vibes. Wondering if there's like something to do here too. I don't really see anything, but never played Revelations, to be honest. I've played it a few times on the channel. So, I mean, you could always go back and watch those playthroughs. Nah, Leon's not in here. No. If anything, I'd hope that Claire would be in here. See? Why did that get thrown at me? Why? Like, I'll probably do another playthrough of Revelations 2 anyways. Just because like I like to do playthroughs of the different Resident Evil games. Except 6 and 5. I don't really like. I don't like running through 5 and 6. Just they take too long. They're kind of boring. Jake, what's up? Were those bolt cutters in the spine? I don't know. Like, this is here to just be like, oh yeah, scary, you know? Haha, you can't get me. Blah. I like how she knows how to use a lockpick. It's like, oh, so you've used the lockpick before. Alright, that's cool. You need bolt cutters to get in there. Maybe there is something in the main game. I want to open one of the barrels. I want to let him out. Let me let him out. Happened to his insides? Ah, they went black. I don't know. It's necrosis. Wait, the art on the wall? I think there's a lore to the castle. This? I mean, I'm sure there is. But, I mean, I can't do anything with this. You know, if this demo didn't come out today, I would be playing Hitman 3 tonight. That's what I'd be doing. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Looks like many soldiers trying to go against that door. Looks like you're right. Could it be Jill? It's not Jill. It's just some random maiden. It's not Jill. Every character knows how to use a lockpick. Even Ethan Winters. Okay, there's something behind there. You can see a light peeping through. There's something behind here, and I have no idea. Oh wait, this moves. That's right. That's right. I did have an idea. It moved. I just forgot that moved. There's the splashy of some blood. Surprised I couldn't play it on PS4 because this is a PS5 exclusive demo. That's why. Well, I'm not surprised they did a PS5 exclusive demo. They wanted to show off the capabilities of the game as much as they possibly can. And so the best way to do that is to have it on next gen console. And since it was a Sony presentation kind of deal, they did it on PS5. No, we're not playing as Ethan. No. We didn't play as Ethan in the demo for Resident Evil 7 either. See? Okay, this is the necklace. What the hell is the necklace for, man? See, I don't know what the necklace is for. Okay, let me see. Can I go back? I want to go back with the necklace. I want to see what happens. Who are you then? Just some maiden. Just some random person. Just some random maiden. The same thing as Resident Evil 7. You're just some random person in the Resident Evil 7 demo. Should I put a necklace on a dead hanging person? Right? Like, I'm gonna try everything with this necklace. I feel like there's a lot of love that seems to have gone into this game, and that's why I'm excited for it. That almost looks like the farmhouse from Resident Evil 7. Like the Baker Mansion, or Baker Estate, I should say, not mansion. Hold on. The hat's kind of hurting me. Let's see. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna turn the audio up on my headset too. I want to have some fun. Oh my god, this. Okay, alright. I cranked the audio on my headset. You off to bed? Alright, dude. I mean, I can move it. That's pretty cool. I like that little touch, you know? Poke, are you alive? Why do you keep moving? Oh my god, my phone vibrated. It scared the crap out of me. The fuck is business suite? Oh. Oh my god. I don't want to see that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. you. Hey, look. I pushed you. I pushed you. What are you gonna do about it, huh? What are you gonna do about it, punk? You can't do nothing because half your body is missing. So I can't do anything with this necklace. Like, the necklace doesn't do anything. Wait, look at the outfit. Alright, hold on. I like that the Resident Evil 4 barrels are here. No Easter eggs, you think? I mean, unless you consider these as Resident Evil not 7. Resident Evil Revelations 2 Easter eggs. I'd like to know what those say. I can't really read them. Doesn't look like they say anything, to be honest with you. But I'll have to zoom in on that later. And like the bottles and everything, like, they don't really say anything. Like, the labels are like torn off. Easter eggs are just copied lazy from an older game. No. I mean, this is clearly a torture chamber. You know? Alright, look at this outfit. Why am I looking at the outfit? The outfit doesn't really tell me much. I don't really see any significance with the outfit. Talking about the barrels. This looks fun. I want to ride it. Alright, so there's nothing else around here. Here, what if I sit in this? Can I sit in this? No? Regina Rosie. That's the name of the wine company? Goshen out of context? What are you talking about? Yeah, I can't use the necklace for anything. Like, I love the atmosphere. I love it. It's horrific, and it's fantastic. But what's the necklace for? Like, in, was it in the Resident Evil 7 demo, I spent a good amount of time trying to figure out what the hell that finger was for. And then they released an update to the game, and then we were able to actually use the finger. I want to see you. Where are you? Oh, she's gone. Like if you solve the puzzle and pick the items on the demo. The music is great. Oh my god, this music is fantastic. Like, this is very, very Resident Evil music. Like, very much so. And I love it. So ridiculous. I remember the video trying to solve it. I can see how this can be frustrating. I'm not frustrated. I'm curious. It's piqued my curiosity, and that's the same thing they did with the 7 demos. They piqued everybody's curiosity. Seems no one knows yet to do with the necklace. That's the same shit from Resident Evil 7 demo. And then they updated the Resident Evil 7 demo twice. They updated the Resident Evil 7 demo 2 times. And on the second time, you're finally able to use the entire hand that you combine with the finger. I can't wait till somebody like does a walk through walls mod, or like is able to mod this game, so that way they can see what's beyond this door. I cannot wait. I don't have the resources to do that. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's actually in the game that's in this demo. I'm sure there's a lot of it, but we can't see it right now because it's all locked behind stuff. You'd be frustrated with this? Not me. It's making me curious. It's piquing my curiosity. Like, I want to know what I do with stuff, you know? Like, I want to know. Because this looks so freaking good, man. Probably random shit, to be honest, but yeah. No, because, like, okay, for example, in Resident Evil 2 remake demo, when that demo released, there was a lot of stuff you could, on PC, they modded it so you could walk through walls, and there were items to pick up. There were you could explore different locations that were actually in the full release of the game. Like, there was legit, because of the way that the game loads itself, there was a lot of actual assets that were in the game that were in the demo. Even Resident Evil 3 remake had legit assets that were in the game, such as a death of one of the mercenaries. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. My internet is dying. Hold on. Hold on, guys. My internet's being a little pain in the ass. What edition am I getting? The collector's edition. What else would I get? Like, I have to get the collector's edition. For me. I have to get 3 of them. And if you think I'm joking, you don't know me very well. You didn't know that? Yeah. There was a lot. There were a lot of resources that that were in the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake demos that you could actually, like, once they did the walk through walls mod, you could actually see these like different locations and stuff like that. No, Resident Evil 2, it's not that it had an Easter egg demo. Resident Evil 2 remake, the demo actually had more of the game than they allowed us to see. So if you did the walkthrough walls mod, then you were able to explore the RPD a little bit more. Same thing with Resident Evil 3 Remake. Resident Evil 3 Remake demo, you were able to explore. If you use the walkthrough mod or walkthrough walls mod, you were able to explore the Raccoon City area a little bit more and see the different parts of it that we couldn't see in the demo, because the demo was only like a 3-minute demo. Caboose, you're going down. The booze is hitting like a brick wall. Well, I mean, I guess have a good night, Caboose. See, like, for example, if and this is probably one of the reasons why they didn't release the demo on PC. If they released this demo on PC, somebody would mod it, and we would be able to walk through this wall. Okay, we'd be able to walk through this door right here and explore all of that outside. If they released it on PC, you know that. That's one of the reasons why they probably didn't release it on PC. Because they don't want people to explore things they're not supposed to explore. Raccoon City Police Station, why couldn't go through the whole thing? Resident Evil 3 loads differently than Resident Evil 2 Remake does. So Resident Evil 2 Remake loads basically all of the RPD at one time, where Resident Evil 3 Remake doesn't. It loads little sections at a time. So even if you did do the walkthrough wall sheet, you wouldn't be able to see everything in the RPD that you did in part 2, because it doesn't exist in part 3. They didn't put all the assets there. So that was one of the reasons. I see you. Alright, so we can't do anything with the necklace then, for sure. I'm a little disappointed. Hold on. I want to backtrack a little bit more. I want to see if, like, anything opened up. Anything at all. Nope. Makes sense, to be honest. Yeah, and so the way that this game seems, it's not it's not rendering as you move. This game, it pre-renders everything. Like the demo, it pre-renders everything. So if they did a walkthrough walls mod, we'd legit be able to walk through walls and stuff. I really don't like the way it does that. Alright, so let's go ahead and end the demo.
I'm watching you. I will last until dinner.
How's it feel?
She is legit creepy.
So we finally meet.
You know, I know a nail salon you can get those taken care of. Like for real. Ah, that demo was good. I liked it. I liked it. It was good. It was good. It had nice scares to it. The atmosphere was good. The the audio was great. Oh, the audio was so good. I'm here because of your raid on Jared from Avalanche Review Stream. I subscribed to you and started watching your videos. Good to see you stream now. Hey, Toxic, what's up, man? I stream all the time. I stream all the time. Like Jared, the reason why he started streaming more often is because I told him he needs to start streaming more often. Like he's missing out on a huge opportunity for his channel. There's a lot of people on his channel, and I love Jared. He's a good friend of mine. We've known each other since high school. You know, he's like, I love Jared. I really do. Every time we get together, we have a blast. And it sucks. He's sick, man. Like he might have COVID. He needs to go get tested. He's had a fever for the past few days. We were supposed to get together this past weekend. And cuz I was like, "Oh dude, you know, we're going to go bowling." Me, my wife, and him and his wife. And he's like, "I'm not really feeling good. I don't know what's going on. I'm just not feeling good right now." And I'm like, "All right, you know, that's cool, man." Cuz like I have shows with my band this weekend, and I have shows next weekend. So like last weekend was like the only weekend that I could do it. And so he wasn't feeling well. I'm like, that's cool, man. It's fine. It's fine. And so like on his live stream, he was saying that he wasn't feeling well. Something was up. He wasn't feeling good. His throat was kind of scratchy. And he posted today that he might have COVID and he has to go get tested because his sense of taste is gone on top of him having a fever. And it sucks, man. It sucks. But yeah, like not last time, the first time that we got together over here, you know, I was like, dude, you need to stream more often. He's like, I know, I'm just not that good at streaming. I don't do it enough. I'm just not used to it. It's kind of intimidating sometimes having to interact with the people and play the game. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, people will love you they would love for you to stream more often on your channel. Absolutely would. I would. Hell, that's why I show up into his live streams whenever I get a chance to. But right now I think he does like maybe once a week on a stream. Which I'm gonna try to convince. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm gonna try to convince him to do a retrospective podcast. So that way, like he can talk about games and stuff with other content creators as well, and like on a live podcast. And that way it can be something different, and that way he can give more thoughts on previous games and stuff that he did retrospectives on, that he didn't have enough time to put into the videos and stuff like that. And I think that would be really, really cool thing for his channel for him to do, because I know a lot of people would appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I appreciate you being here though, Toxic. Sorry, I kind of went on a little bit of a story there. I don't know how to pronounce that name, whoever that is, but thank you for joining. Interesting seems when you order Resident Evil Village, you get RE verse. I know. Well, that's like what they did with Resident Evil 3 remake. They put the Dead by Daylight clone in there, which I don't like. Resistance, I don't like it. I didn't even like Dead by Daylight, and then they put Resistance in there, and I was like, oh god, no. And I mean, I did play it. I played the beta for Resistance before it even had a name. I was invited into the closed beta test for it, and what was it called? I think it was just called Project Resistance, and I was like, this. Oh, it was before Resident Evil 3 remake was announced. We played Project Resistance, and I was like, oh my god, this cannot be the next Resident Evil game. Like I streamed it too. I streamed it, and I was like, this cannot be the next Resident Evil game at all, because I would be very disappointed if that was a standalone game. Because I was like, through the whole thing, I was like, this does not feel like a Resident Evil game. It felt like a side game. And I'm like, I wouldn't pay $60 for this thing. You know, like I was like, if anything, maybe like $20 or $30, but I wouldn't pay $60 for this, not at all. And then they announced Resident Evil 3 remake, and they bundled it up with Resident Evil 3 remake, and I was like, see, that made a lot more sense. Another interesting fact: I was invited by Capcom to go to New York to be one of the first people to play Resident Evil 3 remake, and then COVID happened. Fucking COVID. I was ready to go to New York. I was fucking ready to fly to New York. I'm not even like, okay, so I got invited to go to New York at an event they were doing for Capcom to test Resident Evil 3 remake. And so I was like, sweet, all right. They were going to let me know which day. So I was waiting for them to let me know which day. This was supposed to happen in March. And so when I got invited, it was in January. And they were going to let me know which day it was. And then I sent Nick Apostolides. I sent him a text. I was like, hey, dude, did you know that they're doing... No, I asked him. I'm like, are you going to the Capcom headquarter thing in New York to test out Resident Evil 3 remake? He's like, what? No. And I was like, did you not get invited? I mean, you're freaking Leon. And he's like, no. And he's like, I need to contact my my rep, because I would love to go to that. And so I was like, oh damn, yeah. I mean, and he's like, wait, when is it in New York? And I was like, oh, it's March something. And he's like, damn, I don't think I can make it for that. And I was like, they're doing one in LA too. And so he's like, oh, when is that one? So I gave him the info for that one. He's like, oh, I'll go to that one. So I was like, oh, sweet. I was like, too bad I'm going to the New York one. I'd love to meet up and hang out and stuff. He's like, yeah, I mean, I can't go to the New York one. So I was like, that's fine, because he was working on another project. I forgot what it was. I think it was Modern Warfare or something like that at the time. Anyways, so, I was ready to buy my ticket. I was just waiting for them to get back to me with the day that I was supposed to fly over there to go test it out. And like my wife and I were going to take like a few days. So we go to New York, because I'd never been to New York before. So I was excited. So we're going to take a few days, and then COVID happened and then everything shut down. And it's like, I am not going to New York. That is not happening at all. Resident Evil Outbreak File 3 would have been way better idea than Project Resistance or an Outbreak remake. I initially, when Project Resistance was sent over to us for the closed beta test, I thought it could potentially be an Outbreak remake. I thought that's what it was, because that's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was going to be, because you saw random civilians, and I'm like, oh, dude, is this like the press stuff that they sent us? You saw like random civilians and a new Resident Evil game, but it was just called Project Resistance. And so I was like, is this Outbreak? Because it didn't have an official name. They were just calling it Project Resistance at the time. And so when it came out, it was just a Dead by Daylight clone. And I was like, oh, gross. I really don't like Project Resistance. I thought that was a waste of resources. I hated it. I know some people like it, but the same people who like it are the same people who like Dead by Daylight. And I don't even like Dead by Daylight. Verse is a battle royale. And that's why I'm like, why? When I was I was watching the live stream, and they announced Resident Evil verse or RE verse, I was like, what is this? Like, I saw Leon, I saw Claire, I was like, oh snap. I saw the RPD, I was like, oh, what is this? But then I saw it was kind of like cell shaded comic book looking. I was like, interesting. Is this like a dumbed down version of RE2 so they can put it on a different platform or something? And then I saw that they were fighting each other. I was like, what? And then I saw Jill and then Jack, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then they're all fighting each other. I was like, this is a fucking battle royale. Why? I was in my Discord. If you guys were paying attention, I was like typing a whole bunch of stuff on like everything that was going on in the thing. And I was like, a freaking battle royale. Why? Why do we have a battle royale for Resident Evil? I'll play it. Don't get me wrong. I'll play anything Resident Evil, at least to try it. But I was like, this is fucking stupid. Why? Nobody asks for this, right? Like, we're here as fans. We're like, oh, we want a Code Veronica remake. We want an Outbreak remake. We want a Resident Evil 4 remake. And Capcom. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Here's a battle royale. Like, nobody asked for that. What the hell, Capcom? So stupid. Troy, what's up, Troy? Damien, how you doing? And Francisco, what's going on? What are you gonna do now? I'm done. We're kind of just talking now. We're this just kind of chilling. Yeah, I didn't understand. It was weird. That was probably the weirdest thing of the whole thing. And I thought the presentation for everything was pretty well done, but the RE verse thing was I don't know what the fuck that was, man. I don't know what the fuck it was. Capcom wants to give us a zombie battle royale. They should do it with Dead Rising. Right? See, that would actually make sense. That would legit make sense, man. But see, here's the thing. Here's the reason why people want an Outbreak remake. Okay? Myself included. Okay? When Outbreak released, it was like at the infancy of online game playing, like for consoles, right? Because when did Outbreak... Hold on. When did Outbreak release? Outbreak released in... Covered by the fucking sticker that's on here. 2003. Okay, so that was the infancy of online gaming for consoles. Because in 2004, we had World of Warcraft come out. And by 2003, we had some MMOs that were hanging around and stuff like that. I had gone on a Resident Evil buying spree. I spent $300 on Resident Evil games that day. I'm proud of it, but not proud of it at the same time. just putting that out there. I'm proud of it and not proud of it at the same time. But anyways, so it was at the age of infancy for console online gaming, and at the time these came out, I didn't have I was still on dial-up. Was I? Yeah, I was still on dial-up in 2003. So I was still on dial-up, and then on top of that, I didn't have the adapter for the Fat PS2 at the time. Like, I actually bought the adapter for the Fat PS2 later when I got Final Fantasy 11. So I never got a chance to play these online. And so now the only way to play these online is to get it on Steam and then be able to do the mod and play it that way. Like, I legit can't play these, like my original copies, I can't play them online. And again, like, I didn't buy these until recently. So I'll pop it into my PS2 and I can play it, but I can't play online. So I miss out a whole experience with this, So the problem with that is that, like, there's a whole generation who cannot or who have not experienced this the way that it should be experienced. And even though I'm an OG Resident Evil fan, at the time I couldn't buy these games. Like, I just, one, I didn't have the money to buy it, and two, even if I did, I didn't have anybody to play with. And like, it was just, that's what this game is. It's co-op. It's online. So this would give us a whole new opportunity if they remade these games, even if they did it as almost like an MMO style game, which they can. Imagine an MMO style Resident Evil game in Raccoon City. Just imagine that for a second. Like, it's an open world, free range, have fun, surviving Raccoon City. Like, that would be fantastic. And then you have, the boss fights and stuff like that. But instead of, like, doing, like, massive raids, it would be, parties of 4. Like, that would be fantastic, especially the way that the internet is these days. It's so much easier to get together and, play with people. especially randoms, you know. So that's why it's like oh man, Capcom just they're so out of touch with their fan base, man. They really are. When it comes to like doing other things, like just randomly making a battle royale, I will never understand why they did that. Like Resistance didn't even make them that much money. You know, you can tell like Resistance was a cash grab. Ari versus it's just a cash grab, and it's not gonna make them that much money. It's really not. I remember going to my friend's house in high school to play Outbreak online. Unfortunately, by the time I got my own copies, the server exactly that's the problem. That's the problem. Which are your favorite of the Outbreak? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I haven't played enough of them. I've never played File 2. I've never played it. And File 1, I've only played a little bit of it. You know? I liked it, but I couldn't enjoy it the way that other people could. And that's why it's like, you know, I would like an Outbreak remake. Hell, I would like you know what would be a good fucking remake? And people can argue with me on this, but hold on. I have too many Resident Evil games. Hold on. This motherfucker right here. This would be a good fucking remake. Are you, like, for real? This would be a good remake. You know why this would be a good remake? Because this game is canon. This game is like a forgotten canon, like, like, people look at it as a bastard child of a Resident Evil game. But this would be a good fucking remake. Because you take this game, you rework this game from the ground up, okay? And this is probably one of the easiest ones to rework. And the reason why is because you can fuck with whatever story you want because people don't give a shit about the story in this. But you take this game and you remake it from the ground up in the RE Engine first-person perspective because this is a first-person game. This would be fantastic. Yes, this is canon. It's Sheena Island. It takes place after Resident Evil 2. Takes place before Code Veronica. Ark Thompson is a friend of Leon's that Leon sends him to go investigate Sheena Island. This game is canon. They even mention it in Resident Evil 0. It's at the beginning of Resident Evil 0. They mention it. And this game is basically like a Tyrant Factory Island. It's fucking fantastic. The lore in this is really, like, it's solid. It's not the best lore, but it's solid. It's legit a Tyrant Factory. Now, people are like, oh, the Tyrants were weak because they could be defeated by handguns. Yes, I will give you that. The Tyrants were weak because they were just released, right? It's the same thing as, like, the Tyrant in Resident Evil 1, right? When you go and you fight the Tyrant the first time, as soon as it comes out of the freaking pod, you defeat it really easily. The Tyrant in Resident Evil 0, when it first releases, you defeat it really freaking easily, okay? It's not until they evolve where they become a pain in the ass to deal with and they can fucking one-shot you, all right? This game sends like 2-3 Tyrants at you at the same time. It's great. Remake this one. Please remake this one. The T-103 Tyrants were made on the island, and Ark Thompson is Leon's friend, apparently. But yes, it's canon. Yes, it's canon, and it's good. Is lore a believable story? It's its own thing. It's its own thing. The only reason why this game is even remotely tied into the franchise is because Ark Thompson is Leon's friend. That Leon had sent him over to investigate the island of Sheena that is run by Umbrella because there's a laboratory on there, and they need it to be shut down. That's the whole basic premise of it. Then you find out that Ark Thompson, during his investigation, he got into an accident. He lost his memory, and then he spends a lot of his time trying to recover his memories and find out who he is. And it's until the end of the game where he finds out, oh, he's Ark Thompson. You know, he was under the assumption he was somebody else because he pulled off the dog tags from the actual villain And yeah, I mean, it's such a simplistic story that they can remake that game and add so much to tie it into everything that is good about Resident Evil, and nobody would fucking complain because nobody cares about the story. The game is tyrant-centric if you keep choosing the left path, and Vincent is the main antagonist. If you keep choosing the right path, it's sweeper-centric, and the sweeper commander is the antagonist. Yeah. But I feel like the main issue for, or not main issue, I feel like the main thing for this game, and I want to say maybe the canon path is the tyrant-centric path, because that's the most important thing when it comes to this game and the lore of Resident Evil, is that they were manufacturing tyrants like it's a fucking assembly line and just putting them down, getting them ready for war, so to speak. Like that's. We're talking. Hold on. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to dig through back there, but I was going to add on to that another remake, Umbrella Chronicles. But the European section, The Fall of Umbrella, turn that into a game. Turn that into a full-fledged game. Please. One, that would give us another game with Chris and Jill as the leads and no other extra characters. It would go back to Chris and Jill. Okay? Make us choose who you want to play as Chris or Jill. That's number one. Number two, it would give us Wesker again. Wesker would be in there, but Wesker's not the main villain. Wesker's a side villain who's actually working behind the scenes. So then, after you finish the game, you would then unlock to be able to play as Wesker and play his story. Because the main villain is freaking some Russian dude, Vladimir or whatever. Your European section of Umbrella Chronicles should have been what Resident Evil 4 was. Yes! Oh my god, yes. Look. Say what you want about Umbrella Chronicles, because I know a lot of people give it shit. And I understand that they took liberties with a lot of the story for the main games, but that was for a reason, because the game's on rails. There's no exploration, nothing like that. It's just it's just there to tell a quick story of what happened in Raccoon City, and tell the story through the eyes of Wesker, because Umbrella Chronicles was really Wesker's story, where Darkside Chronicles was Leon's story. Umbrella Chronicles was Wesker's story. And the ending of that, which is the fall of Umbrella, and you can play as Wesker. After you complete all the missions in Umbrella Chronicles, you play as Wesker and you get more of his story. You like that whole section, that whole thing, the fall of Umbrella, which told the story that bridges the gap between Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica, and Resident Evil 5. Because if you never played Umbrella Chronicles, you missed that whole story up until Resident Evil 5. The entire thing. And that bridges the gap between it. It is all in chronological order. This is all in chronological order. You play Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica, because that's Jill's escape from Raccoon City, and her vowing to shut down Umbrella and all that stuff. And then you have Chris going to the island Code Veronica's on. I forgot what the island is, but you have Chris going over to with Claire, and then you have the events of Code Veronica. Then after that, Chris and Jill get together, take down Umbrella in the Fall of Umbrella section of Umbrella Chronicles, and then shortly after that, they create the BSAA, which leads into Resident Evil Revelations, and then Resident Evil 5. And so you're missing that whole story, that solid section of a story, which is the whole reason why they were able to go and shut down, or not shut down, but why they were able to find Spencer, and the whole reason why the beginning of Resident Evil 5 happened. Rockford Island, thank you. It's been a while since I played Code Veronica. First time I ever played Resident Evil 4, and they briefly mentioned Umbrella's fall in like 30 seconds. Right. It's just really quick. And the thing is, like, Resident Evil 4 was made after, or I'm sorry, was made before Umbrella Chronicles, because Resident Evil 4 came out on the GameCube. Umbrella Chronicles was on the Wii. It's just 30 seconds. Oh yeah, Umbrella fell, and that's it. And it's not until you play Ada's mission that you actually see, like, you find out she's working for Wesker. I mean, they said it, but like, you get to actually interact with Wesker and stuff like that. But like, Resident Evil 4 is so separated from the main from the main series and the story and everything. Like, it's an odd, to me, it's the black sheep of the Resident Evil games, because everybody wants to complain that Resident Evil 7's the least Resident Evil feeling Resident Evil game, and that's not true at all. You have everything that makes it a Resident Evil game. You have puzzles, you have the laboratory, you have bioweapons, you have the connections with Umbrella, you have the connections. Hell, Resident Evil 7 connects with Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil Outbreak. How are you gonna tell me that Resident Evil 7 is the least Resident Evil game out of all of them? Like, how are you gonna tell me that? Resident Evil 4 is the least Resident Evil game out of all of them, and when you take into consideration that it's the most separated from all of them. If it wasn't, you could put any other protagonist in there instead of Leon, like just some random ass protagonist that you just made up on the fly, and it would be the same damn game. It'd be the same game. You replace Leon with just some, schmo, I don't know, Blake, I don't freaking care, and then take off Ada, replace her with somebody else, and then boom, that you got some other game that doesn't necessarily need to be a Resident Evil game. Like, so that's what bothers me when it comes to stuff like that. Hate to generalize, but people who think Resident Evil 7 is the least Resident Evil game of people who started with Resident Evil 4, probably, because Resident Evil 4 started the whole thing with, like, it started the whole action series, or action-based Resident Evil stuff, 4, 5, and 6, and to a lesser extent Revelations 1 and 2, but Revelations 1 and 2 was geared a little bit towards more horror aspects. Although Resident Evil 6, Leon's story, or Leon's campaign, is the only portion of that game that I actually like, and that's the only portion of the game that I actually go back and play, because Leon's campaign, it feels like Resident Evil. You're back to a zombie outbreak in a town, in a city, and all that stuff. Like, it feels Resident Evil. Everything else feels like Call of Duty, and Operation Raccoon City. Yeah, but I don't count Operation Raccoon City and Umbrella Corps, because they're not canon to the story. Those are like side games. I don't count them. I'm talking about like main storyline games. Because even Revelations 1 and 2, even those being side games, I still consider them main entries in the series. Kind of like Code Veronica was kind of a side game, but I still consider Code Veronica to be a main entry in the series. To be honest, that's probably what made it so successful. It being more separate probably made it easier for newcomers to get into the series. True, and look, I don't mind that. But if you're gonna complain about something, you gotta look at the facts. Like, you gotta go back and you gotta look at where Resident Evil started. Look at what they're trying to do now. Right? They're trying. I don't know if you noticed, they're trying to fix the timeline. They're like, you guys watched Deadpool 2 at the end, where Deadpool, he's like, he kills the other Deadpool, and he's like, hey, don't mind me, I'm just fixing the timeline. I feel like that's what Capcom's trying to do now. They're trying to fix the timeline, and the biggest indication of that was Resident Evil 3, where they actually tied in the parasite that's on Nemesis. They tied that in with the Las Plagas. So that's, that kind of, that leads me to believe they're making adjustments. They're fixing the timelines. Yeah, they're just cleaning up the timeline, and I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. As much as I love the original Resident Evil 3, that's my favorite game, my favorite Resident Evil game, by the way. And as much as I love the original Resident Evil 2, which I do like Remake 2 better. I don't like Remake 3 better, but I like Remake 2 better. But I really, really like the way that they're tying everything together. They're being more intricate with their storytelling. They're paying attention to more of the smaller details that keep everything linked up together. It starts with Resident Evil 1 remake. Or, well, Resident Evil 0, then Resident Evil 1 remake, although there's kind of discrepancies between 0 and Resident Evil 1 remake, but that's fine. But it starts with, it really starts with Resident Evil 1 remake, and then it goes to Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. It no longer goes Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, unless you want to consider that like an alternate timeline, alternate universe. And tied Brad to Marvin. I liked that, but I hated how they did Brad's death. It took away from Brad's death took away from the impact of Nemesis. I hated Brad's death in Remake 3. There was a lot of things I did not like in Remake 3. That was one of them. Even though I enjoyed playing Remake 3, there was just a lot of stuff that just it could have been done better. But I did like how Marvin was bit by Brad. But now that's a whole nother can of worms, because now you messed up Outbreak 2. Okay, you messed that up. So now it's like, okay, well, now we need an Outbreak remake. That's what we need. We need an Outbreak remake, because now you just screwed up Outbreak. So now Outbreak can't be canon because Marvin gets bit differently in Outbreak. So if you're doing that, we need the Outbreak remake. We got to have it. Plus, you also had Kevin on the radio in Resident Evil 3 anyways. Even though you see Marvin's shoot injury in Outbreak 2. Yeah. Where does Resident Evil 8 play in chronologically after 7? It's Resident Evil 8 is going to be the newest entry, the furthest along in chronological order. I think Chris Redfield is probably like in his 50s. You know? Like, he looks like he's in his 50s or late 40s or whatever, or mid 40s. You know what? He could be in his mid 40s. It all depends on what year this game takes place in. You know, like if it's to how can I put it? If it's gonna be to like current day, for example, when was Chris Redfield born? Let me see. When was Chris Redfield born? 1973. So if we're going 1973, in 2003, he'd be 30. 2013, he's 40. So if it's 2021, he'd be 47. Or 48. I'm sorry. He'd be 48. So he's 48. And you know, he started binge drinking and stuff like that. So that would probably be why he looks older. Even so, it's an older Chris Redfield at this point, and I mean, I'm tired of Chris. I don't even like Chris, to be honest with you. Like, I'm being 100% real with you. He's my least favorite Resident Evil character. He's been drinking. Dude, no, I mean, play Resident Evil 6. If you never played Resident Evil 6, he started drinking a lot, or drinking heavily, because he lost his crew. I did like how in the end of the first remake, you find a letter on Wesker from Birkin where he mentions Alexia. I always thought that was always a great tie together. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Like, they started cleaning the timeline. It starts with Resident Evil remake, like the first Resident Evil remake. So that's where it starts. And then from there, then, you know, Resident Evil 2 remake, it starts tying other things in. Resident Evil 3 remake ties in with Outbreak, but then changes Outbreak. So, you know, that's why I said we need an Outbreak remake. Don't talk about my homie like that. Look, I don't like Chris Redfield. I don't. I'm so sick of Chris Redfield, but Capcom's got a hard on for Chris. They do. Like, let's be real. He's in freaking everything. You know, he's Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 7. I don't even know why he's in 7. Like, that was just random as shit just because they wanted to put Chris Redfield in there. You know? So, freaking, yeah, let's put Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 7. Hi, I'm Redfield. No, the fuck you're not. Get the fuck out of here. You are so not Redfield that they changed your design back. You know, like, I'm sick of Chris. I want Chris to die in Resident Evil 8. I think that would be the best thing for story progression. And if they do it, and I posted this on Twitter too, if they do it and they kill Chris Redfield, which I hope they do, then two things need to happen. The first thing is we need an ending scene with Chris's funeral with every surviving main Resident Evil character that he's interacted with at his funeral. Okay, that's the first thing we need. Second, we need a post-credit scene of Jill, Claire, and Rebecca swearing vengeance for Chris because of the way that Chris was killed. Like, Chris needs to die in a way that sets the chain reaction for Resident Evil 9 for Jill, Claire, and Rebecca to be the main characters for Resident Evil 9. You know, that's what I want to see. And I think that would be a very, very good way to progress the story. Because the story is, as far as with the main characters go, it's kind of at a standstill. And I feel like they don't know what to do with the characters. Like, I feel like they really don't. And that's why you don't see the other characters. You just see Chris and that's it. Because they don't know what the fuck to do with them. You know, you had Revelations 2, which ended at a good spot. You know, Revelations 2, the way that it ended with Claire and Barry and Natalia and all that, like, I feel like that was a good way to bridge to the next game. And I hope that they do something with that, and I hope that it's in Resident Evil 8. But Resident Evil 9, in order to bring the characters back, and in order to progress the story for the characters, they need to absolutely have one of the characters die. Because it would bring everybody back. You would like a game with Hunk as the main character? I mean, that was one of the leaks. One of the Capcom leaks was Hunk. It was Hank Hunk is what it said. So maybe we're getting one. I don't know. That was one of the leaks. And Zelda is crying by my door. Zelda, stop. She just wants to come in here. She can't come in here. I was saying something and I completely forgot. Oh, Jill. Like, Jill, they don't know what the fuck they want to do with Jill. Right? The last we heard of Jill was in Resident Evil 5. You know, after she got the thing taken off of her. Like, imagine just for a minute, if they did a game with Jill, even Revelations 3 or whatever. Like, if they did a game with Jill, she would be suffering from PTSD from all the shit she had to do while under control of Wesker. She was fully conscious of everything that she was put through with being controlled by Wesker. Everybody she had to kill. Every wrong, deceitful, and disgusting thing she had to do with Wesker. And all the experiments that he subjected her to, injecting her over and over with the T virus and with other viruses, trying to get a reaction out of her, trying to see what happens. All of that. Imagine a game now with Jill where she's got massive PTSD because of all of that. And she has to deal with all of that PTSD. And imagine now if Chris died because Jill was unable to help. Because Jill wasn't there because of everything that she was dealing with in her own personal life. Imagine now if Chris died, who Chris was her best friend, her partner. Imagine if he died. Maybe they were butt buddies at the same time. You know, I don't know. But imagine if Chris dies, the survivor guilt that Jill would have because he died and she couldn't do a damn thing to help. Imagine what kind of story we would have from that. I would fucking love that game. Jill is my favorite character in Resident Evil. Not only would I love it because she'd be the main character, but because they would be telling a story that, one, is very realistic, and two, would just be fantastic as far as progression goes with the characters. And we are lacking that story progression with the characters. We had that. We had story progression with characters. Hell, Leon started drinking because of all the shit that he was going through with all the games. Right? With all the shit that he went through in Resident Evil 2, surviving with Claire and Sherry. And then in Resident Evil 4, all the shit that he had to go through in that. And then Resident Evil 6, he started drinking. By the time we got to Resident Evil 6, he was already drinking and shit. So we had some character progression, but then it just kind of just stopped. It just stood still. And now they're going back. Now they're going backwards to tell the stories again for the new people who are into the series, which is fine. I'm okay with. That is fine. But you still got to continue on with character progression. You still have to. Like, if you're going to continue with the main games, where are the characters that we love, man? Where is everybody? I think we need a game where Leon or Ada finally has to kill one another. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for a number of reasons. They've never had like a real relationship, so it's kind of hard to to believe that Leon actually, like, you know, like he would feel like super bad if Ada would to die. You know, like it's just one of those things. But wait, who they're going to be going after? Whatever they set up in this. Think about it. However they set it up in this. For all we know, Natalia could be in this game, right? So just think. If you played Revelations 2, Natalia, who's also possessed or whatever the fuck they did, she's Alex Wesker. Okay? So if Natalia is in this and you find out that Natalia is like the one who is trying to do whatever. You know, we don't know everything about this game yet. My predictions as far as like story elements goes, the reason why they're after Ethan and Mia's baby is because of the infection from Evie. So because they were both infected, Mia for a longer period of time, the baby is either has the antibodies for whatever that infection was, the molded shit, because it was a bioweapon at the end of the day. It was bound to the genetic level. So the baby probably has the antibodies for it, which would also mean that the baby has the virus or whatever the fuck it is, you know, buried inside its DNA. So people probably want the baby to do testing and stuff on it. Like there's a reason why they would want the baby. So Alex Wesker, being Alex Wesker, would probably want that, you know, want the baby for herself. You know, so it's things like that. Maybe that's why Chris went after Ian and Mia to get the baby for protection, so the baby doesn't fall into the wrong hands. You know, who knows? But you know, like, depending on how they tell the story, depending on how they end it, could lead up to the next game. Resident Evil 7 didn't really lead up into another game. That could have just been a one-off, and then we could have never seen Ethan or Mia ever again, and it would have been fine. They could have continued the story however they're going to continue the story. Like, they need to tell the story of Blue Umbrella. There's a lot of stuff they got to tell. They need to fill the plot holes of Blue Umbrella. Why is Chris with Blue Umbrella? Like, why is the BSAA working with them? What are the motives behind it? You know, like, there's a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to stuff like that. And that's why, like, I feel like they should start answering those questions. Kill Chris. Like, the trailers make Chris seem like he's a villain or whatever. And I get that. But if there's, you know, the plot twist or whatever, that he's not a villain. I mean, we've all seen the promotional posters. We've all seen them. We probably know that Chris is going to be a werewolf and he can't control it. So, you know, we might end up fighting Chris, and Chris is probably, you know, trying to keep control of himself and ask Ethan to kill him. So we'll probably see that. And that's why I feel like Chris is going to die. maybe in a heroic way saving Ethan's life or whatever, and then then we have the final boss fight, and you find out Chris isn't, like, he's not fully dead. He's still got, like, he's still got a little bit of his life left, and in his final breath he kills whoever the main villain is, or whoever we think the main villain is. Like, there's a lot of ways to tell the story. But they need to progress the fucking story with the other characters. I want to see Jill again. We're gonna see more of Leon and Claire in Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, but that takes place before Resident Evil 6. So that doesn't really help. I want to see Jill, and I want to see Claire, and I want to see them in the same goddamn game, because we haven't had a game with Jill and Claire together. We had Barry and Claire before we had Jill and Claire. How does that work? I mean, it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. Barry was probably the best thing about that game. But we had Claire and Barry before we had Jill and Claire. Why? So I want a game with Jill and Claire. And might as well throw Rebecca in there. Might as well. We have Barry and Leon before Jill and Claire. Yeah, well, I mean, that's Resident Evil Gaiden. Yeah. A lot of people didn't play Gaiden. Not saying it was a bad game, just a lot of people didn't play it, and then it was a non-canon story, which left on a cliffhanger with Leon becoming infected. Blue Umbrella was watching throughout 7. Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, we haven't had a game with Jill and Claire yet. So I want a game with Jill and Claire. I want Rebecca to come back. I want these characters back. I want Carlos back. I don't mind Ada, Claire, and Jill. No, because there's no reason for that. Ada has no ties to Jill or Claire. There's no reason for that to happen. But Jill has ties with Claire and Rebecca. So if Chris were to die, that would really piss off Jill. That would really piss off Claire. And that would really piss off Rebecca. So that's why I'm like, there needs to be a game with these three heroines that, that are staples of the Resident Evil franchise that we haven't seen in a long time. Like, give us that, man. Why can't you give us that? Why not? And then have us pick which character we want to start as, and bring it back to the roots. If it's paying homage to Chris, then you'd be paying an homage to the original Resident Evil game, and I would love to see that game be like, have flashbacks and stuff while you're playing through. Like, you're playing as Claire, then she has flashbacks with Chris. You're playing as Rebecca, she has flashbacks with Chris. You're playing as Jill, she has flashbacks with Chris. Like, I would love to see that. It'd be a different way to tell a story. It'd be a different way to tell a Resident Evil game. Like a different way to play it. Because you're playing, you're having these flashbacks of storytelling. It's filling in gaps. It's giving us something that we haven't had before. Real storytelling. None of this freaking, movie action bullshit that was in Resident Evil 5 and 6. Look, it was fine for the time, whatever. But, nah, I like that they went back to horror in Resident Evil 7, Revelations 2, and then Resident Evil 2 Remake. Like, I loved the way that they were done, because they went back to horror elements. And that's where I wanted to freaking stay. And they can do that and tell a good story at the same time. Like, dude, I can rant on and on and on about this, and it's already 4:30 in the morning. So I should probably try to get some rest. I'm here like peeling a stick or two. There it is. All right. I got the sticker off. The world saved. I got the sticker off. I'd like to see Rebecca return in a game. Resident Evil Vendetta and SD Perry's weird way of including her in every novel didn't cut it. I actually like the novels. My favorite novel was was it Underworld? That one was actually really good. Underworld was really freaking good. Yeah, we turned the stream into a podcast. I mean, it happens. There's nothing wrong with that. You get me talking about like topics that like I'm really into, it's gonna fucking turn into that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I still have the game up too. The game's still there. Underworld had invisible hunters. Dude, I liked a lot of the stuff they did in Underworld. Like, Underworld was the shortest book too. I must have read it like 4 or 5 times. I don't remember it now, but like that was my favorite book out of all of them. The longest one was Resident Evil 2 adaptation. But Underworld was my favorite one. The pacing was good. Just a lot of good stuff. Were there chameleons or something? I don't know. It was like 20 years ago when I read it. The reason why I liked Underworld was because the way that they did it was an underground umbrella testing facility where they tested out different bioweapons in different biomes, and that idea was fucking amazing. They had a desert biome with scorpions. You had a jungle biome with apes and monkeys and shit, which was funny because Resident Evil 0 had apes, or the little monkey bullshit that was in there. But you had the different biomes, and it was so good. It was so well thought out, and that was an original idea. That wasn't something that like it's not based off of another Resident Evil game or anything. It was an original idea that she had. Caliban Cove I didn't really like. It's very forgettable. But Underworld was really good. Again, just the whole idea of an umbrella testing facility that has different biomes for the different bioweapons, and the biomes would give the bioweapons basically like their optimal hunting grounds, and it was so good. I haven't read any of the novels of Resident Evil. A lot of people haven't, and I wish S.D. Perry would write more. And S.D. Perry said that they wanted to write more, but it's Capcom. Capcom doesn't want to not give up the rights, but allow it to happen, which is fucking stupid. Did Paul W.S. Anderson rip off the biome in his movie with all the clones? Probably. I honestly don't remember most of the movies. The movies were bad. I really don't remember them. Like, I only remember the first 3 movies and vaguely the 4th one. I think was the 4th one on the ship that like brought in the fucking big ass dude with the dude from Resident Evil 5. I don't fucking remember. I really don't remember. And I saw all of them except the final chapter. I just don't remember any single one of them except the first 3. Because to me, the first 3 were the only good ones. All the other ones were just why. It's why. And the way they treated the game characters was just horrendous. Oh my god. Like, whose idea was it to put Wentworth Miller as Chris Redfield? I like Wentworth Miller, don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic actor. But he's not Chris Redfield. Oh my god, who is in charge of casting? They need to be kicked in the nuts several times. Because that was dumb. Like, it was so dumb to put Wentworth Miller as Chris Redfield. Like, I didn't mind what's her name? I didn't mind the chick who played Claire. I can't remember her name right now. I didn't mind her. I thought she was good. And then was it Sienna Gullery? Whatever her name is, like as Jill, perfect casting. But it's the fucking Mila Jovovich show, and so Jill didn't actually do anything in the second movie whatsoever. So you had a perfect casting and it was wasted. It's dumb. It's dumb. So dumb. Worst video game adaptations ever, and I've seen the Mario movie. Have you seen Doom, though? Have you seen Doom? Oh, no. Oh, no, man. Doom was pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Had a couple good moments in it, but Doom was pretty fucking bad. Hold on, I gotta turn my PS5 off. There we go. It's just standing there. No, I've not seen Doom. Trust me, Doom does not hold up. Yes, Doom with The Rock and Carl Urban. Yes, Carl Urban from The Boys. Carl Urban. I saw House of the Dead though, and now that I think of it, that might have been the worst. I saw House of the Dead as well. I don't remember it at all. Like not a single thing from it. But yeah, Carl and the thing is, like, The Rock's actually a good actor, and so is Carl Urban, but the movie was just so bad. If I remember, id Software said we aren't affiliated with Doom Annihilation when they announced the movie. Oh, that one. I didn't watch that. I didn't bother to. Like, you're talking about the new movie that just recently released. Yeah, I didn't watch that. No. I was like, nope. I saw the first one. You're not getting my money a second time. It's not happening. Yeah, but House of the Dead, I don't remember anything from that. And you know it's bad when the CG movies are better than the live action movies. You know it's bad. Do I have high hopes for the new Resident Evil movie? From what I've seen, it looks good. The only thing that there's two things that bother me. There's only two things that bother me, and it's the casting. It's the casting of William Birkin and the casting of Leon. Those are the two things that bother me. Everything else is fine. And it's not that the actors are not good actors, right? Because the person who was casted for William Birkin, fantastic actor. If you ever watched The Arrow, I think he was Damien Dark in Arrow season 4. Fantastic job as Damien Dark in Arrow. And he was also in Captain America: The First Avenger. And dude, seriously, I'm not even joking, fantastic actor. But bad casting choice for William Birkin, because William Birkin and Wesker are supposed to be the same, very close in age. Very close. They're supposed to be friends. They're supposed to, lore-wise, they're supposed to be scientists working together for a long time, since they were like 16 or 18 or whatever. William Birkin, I think, was 16 when he first joined Umbrella or whatever it was. Like, really, really young. And so they've known each other for a very long time, working on the T-virus and everything like that. And so, the person that they cast for William Birkin is like 50. He's 50 something. And the person they cast as Wesker is the dude from, he plays number 1, Luther in Umbrella Society. So, like, you have that massive age discrepancy. It's like, dude, you just fucked up lore right there, big time. And I know all they're going to use William Birkin for is to get the outbreak going in Raccoon City. And I get that. That's understandable. But you fucked up lore. Don't fuck up lore. Like, that's like the biggest thing. You don't mess with lore. And then the casting choice for Leon is just so weird. And people were like, oh, but, why does it have to be a white guy? Because he's Leon Kennedy. He's a white dude. Like, look, if you're gonna complain about whitewashing, yeah, I'm sorry, but you gotta go the other way too. And look, again, I don't need my characters to look exactly like their counterparts, because I love who they chose for Jill. I love it because Jill's European. There's a lot of different types of Europeans. You have light-skinned Europeans and you have darker-skinned Europeans. So the actress that they chose for Jill, I thought was a fantastic choice. I like her. She was Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I thought that was a fantastic choice for her. You know, having Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield, perfect casting choice. The person that they chose for Claire, perfect. But Leon, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not saying he can't do a good job, but I've never heard of him before. Avan Jogia, I've never heard of him before. You know, like nah, that's not Chris. He's Carlos. If anything, he could play Carlos. He'd be a perfect Carlos. He looks like Carlos. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like, dude, get your casting right, please. The dude looks like Carlos, hands down. Easy. But no, you're gonna put him as Leon. Okay. Fine. But other than that, like from what we've seen, the screenshots and the set shots, I think it's gonna be good. I think like everything looks authentic. Like seeing the set pieces for RPD, seeing the way that they're doing the Spencer Mansion, like all of that, it looks really good, and I can't wait for it, honestly. When dealing with super pre-established in-depth lore, they should take a cue from Game of Thrones and do an HBO series or something instead of cramming into a 2-hour film. Yeah, I feel like it might be rushed because it looks like they're doing both the Spencer estate and the outbreak in Raccoon City at the same time. I don't know how that's gonna work. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a little weird. We'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where like most of the movie is the Spencer estate, and then the very end, maybe like the last 20 minutes, is the outbreak in Raccoon City, and then we get Leon and Claire at like the towards the end of the movie. We'll see what happens. I feel like they're trying to cram too much in there, and it can go south really fast. And I think that's what people are kind of worried about. Because again, like when you start doing stuff like that, oh man, just look at Spider-Man 3. Look at Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man 2. You're cramming too much shit in there, and you're trying to tell a story in like a limited amount of time with all of these characters. It becomes a mess. Because the premise is the film will divulge the secrets of the Spencer Mansion in Raccoon City while serving as an origin story for the first and second game. That's really tough, man. That is super tough to do. I don't know. Like from what I've seen so far, like set pieces and all that stuff, like it looks good. I like the way that some of the casting was done. Not all the casting, but I mean, you got to be careful with stuff like that. Big time. All right, but for real though, it's almost 5 a.m. I need to get out. I got to get some rest, guys. I will be back. God. Tomorrow we're gonna play some Hitman. I need to finish writing a script too for Pokemon video that I've been working on for a while. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. I gotta put these back. See, you guys get me talking, and then I start going on and on like just on a tangent, and like I start pulling out games, and I gotta pull all these games back. I gotta see what you guys did. This is your fault. This is all your fault. I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your night. Peace out, guys. No, that was your fault. That was not my fault. That was entirely your fault. You guys get me talking. That's your fault.